Welcome to Planet Butter, my world, where I hopefully inspire you to build yours by being Intucentric, an immersive experience. Every episode is designed to provoke consciousness through entertaining perspectives and applied Intucentric philosophy, while recorded in a variety of intergalactic locations. As I embody my Intucentric way, you reflect on yours. And together, we visit other worlds for occasional guest episodes and learn something cool. I'm Jordan Alexandra Blizzard Planet. This is From My Planet to Yours. Less of a podcast, more of a variety show, and a very funny approach to a documentary series. Thanks for joining me in episode 135 in Amed, Bali, Indonesia, to end today's episode. That's right, we are ending the episode here. The rest of this episode is going to take you on the adventure with me in our very special edition reveal episodes, where I lived at the Gusti Ngurah International Airport, that is the Bali International Airport, for 8 days. This episode shows you how we got right here. It's a pretty wild ride. Chasing private jets, sneaking into the private jet terminal, meeting with the government of Bali, corporate people, sleeping in prayer rooms, benches. Oh man, it's a whole boogie. You'll have fun. I'll be here. As I acknowledged in episode 134, this episode is a follow-up to that. So if you want to really fill yourself in, take a look at that episode. And also acknowledged in that episode, we are mixing endings and beginnings. And I think it is so comical how that manifested into this episode, literally beginning with the end. So on that note, enjoy the adventure. I'll see you on the other side. And plot twist. That tub you just saw me in, right back there. We have an ocean view home to ourselves for the next 2 days. Gratefully. Shout out to Christina Hutchinson for her Planet Butter contribution she surprisingly made. Or not surprising that she made it, but it was a surprise to me when I saw it. This episode, I did turn those 8 days into a magnificent 49-minute episode, and it was hitting nonstop tech issues and asking not to be released, essentially. Resulting in my first ever late episode. That one was like oof, it kind of hurt for a second. And then I was like, wait, it's not late, right? Like everything's on time, as per being Intucentric. And obviously, that's not what is being asked of me for society, is not a documentation episode. Maybe that episode will be released next week because I sense there's more being revealed and that maybe that episode just has more to say. But that experience and this week's episode, I think, is asking for reflection and not documentation in my Intucentric embodiment, in my purpose on this earth. I feel compelled to take my personal responsibility in reflecting on the absolute insanity that is living at a fucking airport for 8 days. I don't know why, but that literally was where I was supposed to be for that time. It's absolutely insane. And it was absolutely not something I would ever change. And it's not something I would ever choose. except for in this context of being absolutely unequivocally committed to something that is so much larger than my own existence. And there are not enough words to express that. I said what I meant. And there's nothing more to say on that. You either choose to understand that or accept that or not. But I hope you choose to commit to yourself so deeply that you recognize you are committed to something so much larger than yourself. And a lot of the time, we are asked to do things we don't necessarily want to do. But our sense of self, our ego, through Planit Butter's lens, is actually asking us to do these things to enhance that ego. We are improving the sense of self. We are expanding the sense of self, the trust in the self, the safety in the self, the capacity of the self, matched with our intuition, that little thing that is connected to all else that we can't quite understand and we can't quite explain and is entirely irrational. And that's a beautiful thing. And I'm so honored to be able to share this with you and experience it for myself. It's absolutely fucking crazy. And it's entirely thrilling and satisfying and fulfilling, crazy making, perplexinating. That's a new Blizzard's Dictionary word. And right now I have the pleasure of gazing at this Planit Butter original art, designed by me, but hand drawn with the magical artistic skills of Diana Ray Polis. This art is of the character, the queen, the mascot of Planit Butter, Blissy. She's a disco ball of self-reflection. Blissy is a nickname short for blisserance, another word I've made up. It means living in harmony with oneself. And that reminds me, on my way here to Amed, I stopped off at a warung, which is an Indonesian restaurant, and they had this sign on their wall that said harmony. And I happened to take a photo of it, which is actually not something I would really typically do, because if I didn't just come fresh out of 8 days living in an airport, I might have just disregarded it. It's just another corny sign. I'm not for the cheesiness, but I'm for the sentiment if it's applied with a purity and an intensity, I suppose. Anyway, this sign said, harmony. Life is not a race, but a journey to be savored each step of the way. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. And it just hit a little bit different when I relate it to my character, Blissy, and the word glycerins, living in harmony with oneself. we apply that sentiment of Planit Butter, living in harmony with oneself, and the way of being Intucentric as a method for blisterance, essentially, it's all intertwined. We're choosing to recognize that our individual timeline, aka our life, is unique to us, and we are always on time. And the more connected we become to our appreciation for the components of timing that are not in our control, the more we increase our capacity for gratitude and participation in our existence, as I see it, as Planit Butter sees it. And I think the degree of precision, as I always love to say, that I operate in and embody really invites us all to really reflect on our own blisterance. Are we effectively savoring our journeys? Are we recognizing that yesterday doesn't exist and that tomorrow we don't know about, and that we can even acknowledge that today being a gift, the fact that we know that yesterday doesn't exist and tomorrow is effectively a surprise? That's a gift, right? That's what it's saying. And that's the gratitude, is saying, calling it a gift is being grateful. And then the awareness of that is the consciousness that we're constantly provoking and expanding here on Planit Butter. And this isn't meant to make perfect sense, right, guys? I'm just fascinated by this human experience, and I love pushing my limits and society's limits and inviting change and provoking. I love provoking, preferably thought and intellect and emotional capacity and interest in the collective in a way that isn't currently actualized in a way that I would like for it to be. And this whole week, I was asking myself, what's being asked of me? What's being asked of me? Because remember, it's not about you. It's for you. It's not about you. It's in the best interest of all. Apply that to anything you've got going on. Whether you're living 8 days in an airport, building your empire, chasing private jets, or whatever you've got going on. My supreme depiction of living in the moment and allowing each moment to really surprise us and showing you how epic it can be when leveraging my philosophy of Intucentricism. My hope is that you can integrate it into your way of being, your operating system. Your Intucentric way is unique to you, but my extreme embodiment of it exists as a reference point for, well, if I can do what I'm fucking doing, then you can definitely do whatever you need to be doing. You know what I mean? It's like that. I remain very excited for whatever the fuck is unfolding. I apologize for this delayed episode. This episode is being released, quote unquote, late. because it's 3:47 in the morning my time. Technically now it's Friday, July 3rd, which is not Thursday. And this is supposed to be released on Thursday. In some parts of the world it's Thursday, but not anymore for me. And the thing is, this is the first episode in 135 episodes that I've ever been late. But the funnier thing is, I mean, that's not the funny part. The funny part about that is that it's literally my entire framework that I'm not late and I'm on time. Intucentric, the gift that keeps on giving. You can literally hear the roosters crowing. I'm going to sleep in this bed till probably sunset. That is craziness. I am really excited to see what happens next. I hope this offered you some thought-provoking thoughts. Get a little Intucentric about it. I'm going to go to sleep. Thanks for being here. If you want in on more of those crazy behind the scenes type of things for as my life continues, you can subscribe on Instagram. And you can experience Intucentric through planetbutter.com/books in any fucking format. Video book. This is like a story time. Me to you. Audiobook. Narrated by me. Professional LA represented voice actor. Ebook. Paperback. Hardcover. Or you can check out my very first book under Planit Butter and ever actually, Party of One. It's a story time, the embodiment of Intucentricism in only 500 words, which is not a lot of words if you don't know. That's one of my greatest skills. The precision, yet again, and how concise I've managed to create my books is really remarkable for such complex topics and abstract thinking. It's remarkable. And that's why it's so easy for you to read, enjoy, finish, read again, apply, and check back in with. It's more of like a best friend than it is a book. And I call it a sculpture in book form because it's also artwork. And I very meticulously crafted every fucking thing in this entire book. Every word, every line, the font size, the headers, the gradients, the artwork, everything. And I just hope to give you a little bit of that type of magic in your life. The amount of love exuding from this book is impossible not to feel. I just want to give my love to everybody. And that's why I travel this earth. I just want to spread my fucking love everywhere. And I mean that with my whole heart. I really do. Well, very excited to see what happens next. See you Thursday, or whenever the next episode wants to be released. Have a beautiful day. From my planet to yours.